Forget puppies and kittens. These baby animals are so rare, you'd have to wait 1,000 years just to see one. While some creatures multiply like crazy, others are born so infrequently that their arrival feels like a miracle. From mythical-looking beasts to nature's most elusive newborns, these animals are the ultimate 1 in a million.
I think it might have a separation right in the middle, but I don't know. I mean, if it lives long enough.
Get ready to meet the rarest babies on Earth. Some so scarce, you might be the only person in your lifetime to ever lay eyes on one. Number 15. Smileon. The saber-toothed tiger, also called Smileon, was a strong meat-eating cat that lived during the Ice Age, from around 2.5 million to 10,000 years ago. Even though it's called a tiger, it wasn't related to the tigers we know today. Smileon was about the size of a lion, but much bulkier and more muscular. Its most famous feature was its 2 long, curved teeth that could grow up to 8 inches long. These sharp teeth were likely used to strike the throats of large animals like bison and young mammoths. Unlike modern big cats, Smileon had short, thick legs and a strong neck, which helped it tackle and hold down prey. It didn't have the strongest bite, so it used its strong body and those huge teeth to take down animals. Fossils show that some injured Smileons lived long enough for their bones to heal, which means they may have lived in groups and helped each other, kind of like lions do today. Smileon went extinct about 10,000 years ago, possibly because of climate change, fewer big animals to hunt, and maybe even humans. Number 14. Giant Wetunga. The giant Wetunga, also known as the giant weta, is a massive insect native to New Zealand. It's one of the heaviest insects in the world, with some females weighing as much as a small mammal, up to 71 grams. Despite its intimidating size, it's a gentle and solitary creature, primarily active at night. Once widespread across New Zealand's North Island, the giant Wetunga's population has drastically declined due to habitat loss and the introduction of predators like rats and cats. Today, it's found only on Hauturu Otoi, a predator-free sanctuary. The Maori name, Wetunga, translates to God of Ugly Things, reflecting its unique and somewhat intimidating appearance. Despite its size, the giant Wetunga is harmless to humans. It feeds on a variety of plant material and plays a crucial role in its ecosystem by contributing to nutrient cycling. Conservation efforts are underway to protect and restore giant Wetunga populations. These include habitat restoration and the establishment of predator-free sanctuaries. However, the species remains at risk, and ongoing conservation work is essential for its survival. Number 13. Thumbelina. Thumbelina was a tiny horse like no other. Born on May 1st, 2001, in St. Louis, Missouri, she stood only 17.5 inches tall and weighed about 57 pounds, earning her the Guinness World Record as the smallest horse in the world. Her small size came from a kind of dwarfism, making her even smaller than regular miniature horses, which are usually about twice her size. Even though she was little, Thumbelina had a big heart. She became famous not just for her size, but for the joy she brought to people, especially children. With help from the Thumbelina Charitable Foundation, she traveled around the U.S., visiting hospitals and lifting spirits with her gentle, sweet nature. Kids going through tough times found comfort in her company. Thumbelina did have health issues, though. Her legs were bowed, so she needed special shoes to help her walk, and her teeth didn't line up properly, which meant she needed regular dental care. Her owners, Paul and Kay Gosling, along with their son Michael, gave her all the love and attention she needed. Thumbelina passed away in 2018 at the age of 17. But her story still warms hearts and reminds us that even the smallest among us can make a big difference. Number 12. Pink Fairy Armadillo. The pink fairy armadillo is a tiny mammal native to central Argentina. It is the smallest armadillo species in the world, measuring about 4.5 inches long and weighing around 4 ounces. Its most distinctive feature is its soft, pink-colored shell, which is actually a thin, flexible plate covering its back. This shell is not fully attached to its body, allowing the armadillo to move freely and dig quickly. Pink fairy armadillos are nocturnal creatures, meaning they are active at night. They spend most of their time underground, digging tunnels in sandy plains and scrubby grasslands. Their primary food sources include ants, larvae, worms, snails, and occasionally plant roots. Due to their secretive nature, pink fairy armadillos are rarely seen in the wild. They are also sensitive to environmental changes and stress, making them difficult to study and keep in captivity. Many that are captured for research or as pets do not survive long outside their natural habitat. The conservation status of the pink fairy armadillo is currently listed as data deficient by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, meaning there is not enough information to assess its risk of extinction. However, habitat loss and human activities pose potential threats to their survival. Number 11. The blue dragon. The blue dragon isn't really a dragon, but it sure looks like one. It's a tiny sea animal with blue wings and a silver belly. It's only about as long as your finger, just 1 to 1.5 inches. But don't let its size fool you. This little guy is super sneaky and can be dangerous. The blue dragon's real name is Glaucus atlanticus. It floats on top of the ocean and rides the waves. It doesn't swim like a fish, it drifts, belly up. That silver belly helps it hide from things below, and its blue back hides it from birds above. It's like ocean camouflage. Now here's the wild part. It eats poisonous animals like the Portuguese man-o'-war. That's a jellyfish with really painful stingers. The blue dragon chomps it down and steals the poison. Then it stores that poison in its own body, so if something tries to eat the blue dragon, zap! It gets stung instead. People sometimes find these tiny dragons washed up on the beach, but don't touch them. Even though they're small and pretty, they can still sting you. Blue dragons live in warm oceans all around the world, like near Australia, South Africa, and even sometimes in the US. They love floating in groups and are usually seen after big storms. They lay long chains of eggs in the water. And guess what? They're hermaphrodites, so they don't need to find a mate like we do. Number 10. Glowing cats. Did you know some cats can glow in the dark? These special cats were made by scientists to help study a disease called feline immunodeficiency virus, which is similar to human immunodeficiency in people. Feline immunodeficiency makes cats very sick, so scientists wanted to find a way to help them. To do this, scientists added 2 new genes to cat eggs. One gene came from a jellyfish and makes the cat glow green under blue light. The other gene came from a monkey and helps protect the cat from getting FIV. When the kittens were born, they glowed, which showed the genes were working. These glowing cats looked normal in daylight, but under special light, their fur, whiskers, and even their tongues glowed green. This glow helped scientists see that the protective gene was in the cats. The glowing cats also passed these special genes to their kittens. This means scientists can keep studying how to protect cats from FIV and learn more about similar diseases in people. Some people have imagined using glowing cats in other ways. For example, the idea of ray cats suggests making cats that change color near dangerous radiation to warn people. While this is just an idea, it shows how creative science can be. Number 9. The Sciola. The Sciola is one of the rarest animals on Earth. It lives deep in the forests of Vietnam and Laos, in places where people almost never go. It was only discovered in 1992, and because it's so secretive and hard to find, people call it the Asian unicorn. But don't let that name trick you. It has 2 long, straight horns, not one. The Sciola is about the size of a big dog and has soft brown fur with white markings on its face. Both males and females grow horns that can reach up to 20 inches long, giving it a magical fairy tale look. Sciolas are extremely shy. They stay far away from humans and are almost never seen. Scientists have never studied one in the wild for long. Most of what we know comes from hidden cameras or stories from local villagers. Sadly, Sciolas are critically endangered. Traps meant for other animals sometimes catch them by accident. Hunting, logging, and the destruction of their forest home make things even worse. But there's hope. Groups like the Sciola Foundation and the World Wildlife Fund are working to protect them. They remove traps and teach people about the Sciola, trying to save this beautiful mystery before it's too late. Number 8. The Maed Wolf. The Maed Wolf is one of the weirdest and coolest animals on Earth. It looks like a fox walking on super long legs, with reddish-orange fur, black legs, and big ears that help it hear tiny sounds in the grass. Even though it's called a wolf, it's not a wolf, a fox, or even a dog. It's totally unique. Scientists call it Chrysocyon brachyurus, which means golden short-tailed dog. You'll find it in South America, mostly in places like Brazil, Argentina, Paraguay, and Bolivia. It likes quiet spots with tall grass and few people. It usually comes out at dawn and dusk to look for food. The Maed wolf eats all kinds of things, fruits like the wolf apple, and small animals like frogs, rodents, and birds. Instead of howling like a wolf, it lets out a deep, booming bark to warn others to stay away. Its long legs help it see over tall grass to find food. Sadly, the Maed wolf is in danger. People are cutting down trees and building farms where it lives. It also gets sick from diseases passed by pet dogs. But don't worry, wildlife groups are working to protect this shy and amazing animal before it disappears. Number 7. Not an ordinary buffalo. In a small village in Thailand, something truly strange and exciting happened. People were amazed when a baby buffalo was born looking nothing like a normal buffalo. It had the body of a buffalo, but its skin was dry and scaly like a crocodile. Its face was long, its legs were short, and it had a rough gray texture that shocked everyone. The animal looked like a mix between a buffalo and a crocodile, and no one had ever seen anything like it. Some villagers thought the strange baby was a sign of magic or bad luck. Others believed it was nature trying to send a message. People from nearby towns came just to see it with their own eyes, take pictures, and say prayers. Even though the baby didn't live very long, it became famous. Scientists said it most likely had a rare birth defect that made it look so unusual. It wasn't really part crocodile, but the way it looked was enough to make people stop and wonder. Photos and videos of the buffalo crocodile spread quickly online. It made people curious and reminded everyone how wild and mysterious nature can be. Even one small animal can leave a big impact on the world. Number 6. The only albino gorilla, Snowflake. Snowflake was a very rare and special gorilla. He was the only known albino gorilla in the world. Instead of being dark like most gorillas, Snowflake had white fur, pink skin, and light eyes. This happened because of a rare genetic change called albinism. Snowflake was born in 1964 in the wild in Equatorial Guinea, a country in Africa. A farmer captured him after hunters killed the rest of his gorilla group. In 1966, he was brought to the Barcelona Zoo in Spain, where he became very famous. People from all over the world came to see the white gorilla. Even though he looked different, Snowflake was a western lowland gorilla, just like others in his species. But his albinism made him sensitive to sunlight. He had poor eyesight and had to stay in shady areas or indoors on very sunny days. Snowflake lived a long life at the zoo. He had many children and grandchildren with regular female gorillas, but none of them were albino like him. Scientists later found out that Snowflake's parents were actually closely related, which is likely why he was born with albinism. In 2001, Snowflake was diagnosed with a type of skin cancer, probably caused by his lack of skin pigment. He passed away in 2003 at around 39 or 40 years old. Today, he is still remembered as the only albino gorilla ever recorded. Number 5. The Growler Bear. The Growler Bear, also known as the Pidsley bear, is one of nature's most intriguing and rare hybrids, a genetic cross between a grizzly bear, Ursus arctos horribilis, and a polar bear, Ursus maritimus. Though these two species are distinct in appearance, behavior, and habitat, they are closely related enough to interbreed, resulting in a hybrid that carries physical and behavioral traits from both parents. Growler bears typically have a blend of features. The thick, creamy white fur of a polar bear may be streaked with light brown or beige patches, reflecting the grizzly's influence. They often inherit the stockier frame and large muscle mass of a grizzly bear, combined with the longer neck and slightly narrower head of a polar bear. Their claws are long and curved, suited for digging like a grizzly's, while their fur is dense and water-resistant, like a polar bear's, hinting at both species' survival adaptations. While growler bears were once thought to be almost mythical, they are no longer just zoo curiosities. The first confirmed wild growler bear was discovered in 2006, when a hunter on Banks Island, near Sax Harbor in the Northwest Territories of Canada, shot what appeared to be a strangely colored polar bear. Upon closer inspection, the animal had long claws, a humped back, and a mix of white and brownish fur, prompting scientists to conduct DNA testing. The results confirmed that the animal was indeed a hybrid, born to a polar bear mother and a grizzly bear father. Since then, multiple growler sightings have been documented, particularly in the Canadian Arctic. Some have even been found to be second-generation hybrids, meaning that two growlers had mated, an indication that this hybrid may be establishing a foothold in the wild. Experts believe that climate change is a driving force behind the increase in growler bear encounters. As Arctic sea ice melts, polar bears are spending more time on land in search of food, while grizzly bears are expanding their territory northward due to warmer temperatures. This overlap in range has created new opportunities for interaction and mating between the two species. Although still extremely rare, growler bears serve as a powerful, living symbol of how human-driven environmental change can blur even the oldest boundaries in the animal kingdom. Their very existence is both fascinating and sobering, as it reflects a shifting ecosystem where once isolated species are now crossing paths like never before. Number 4. The Gooden Zebra. Meet Zoe, the golden zebra, a living marvel that defies nature's usual palette. Born on September 16, 1998, at the Three Ring Ranch in Kailua Kona, Hawaii, Zoe is the only known golden zebra in existence. Her striking golden coat and pale blue eyes are the result of a rare condition, amelanosis. Unlike albino animals, which lack all pigmentation, amelanistic animals like Zoe still produce some pigments but lack melanin, the pigment responsible for dark colors. This gives Zoe her distinctive golden stripes and pale blue eyes. Zoe's rarity is compounded by the fact that such a condition would likely be a disadvantage in the wild. Zebras rely on their stripes for camouflage within the herd, and an individual with such a unique appearance would stand out to predators. However, Zoe's sanctuary home provides her with safety and care, allowing her to thrive. Zoe is the only known golden zebra today. Zoe's continued existence offers a rare glimpse into nature's capacity for wonder. Number 3. The glass frog. The glass frog is a tiny, amazing creature that lives in the rainforests of Central and South America. What makes it so special is its see-through belly. You can actually look right through and see its heart and other organs. This clear skin helps it hide from predators by blending in with the leaves it sits on. Most glass frogs are small, only about 2 to 3 inches long, and they're a bright, leafy green color. During the day, they rest on the undersides of leaves, almost invisible. But when the sun goes down, they wake up and go hunting for bugs like crickets, flies, and moths. Glass frogs mate during the rainy season. Males make loud calls to get the attention of females. When a female chooses a mate, she lays her eggs on leaves that hang over water. The male stays nearby to protect the eggs until they hatch. When the baby frogs, or tadpoles, come out of the eggs, they drop straight into the stream below. Even though these frogs are fascinating to watch, they're in danger. Their homes are being destroyed by people, and climate change is making things worse. We need to protect them before they disappear forever. Number 2. Fiona, the green puppy who stole our hearts. In November 2024, something truly magical happened in Hancock County, Mississippi. A pit bull named Pearl gave birth to a litter of healthy puppies, but one of them instantly stole the spotlight. Amid her siblings' typical white and brown coats was a tiny pup with a coat of bright green fur, a striking and surreal sight that left her human family stunned. They named her Fiona, after the beloved green-skinned ogre princess from the Shrek movies, a name that perfectly matched her unique appearance and spunky personality. While it might sound like something straight out of a fantasy film, Fiona's green fur was the result of a rare but completely natural occurrence. The phenomenon is caused by biliverdin, a green bile pigment that's a byproduct of the breakdown of red blood cells. It's commonly found in the placenta of mammals during pregnancy. Occasionally, when a light-colored puppy is still developing in the womb, it may come into contact with this pigment. If biliverdin seeps into the amniotic fluid and touches the puppy's fur, it can temporarily stain it green. This condition is so uncommon that it often makes headlines when it occurs. Veterinarians note that the effect is usually harmless, and the green tint gradually fades over time, often disappearing entirely within the first few weeks of life as the puppy grows and the fur is naturally replaced. Despite her unusual appearance, Fiona was declared perfectly healthy, with no developmental issues or abnormalities. Her vibrant color and irresistible charm quickly captured hearts beyond her Mississippi hometown. Photos and videos of Fiona circulated on social media, where she was dubbed the Shrek Puppy, and instantly became a viral sensation. Her playful energy, paired with her fairy tale coloring, made her seem like a character brought to life from an animated world. As Fiona grew, her green fur began to fade, but her story continues to spread joy and fascination online. Her rare birth not only brought smiles, but also shone a light on a fascinating aspect of animal biology that few people know about. While she may not stay green forever, Fiona's story is a reminder of nature's surprises and how even the rarest quirks can be completely natural and absolutely beautiful. Number 1. TwoFaced Cat. Meet Frank and Louie, the extraordinary two-faced cat who defied the odds and captured hearts worldwide. Born on September 8, 1999 in Massachusetts, this ragdoll feline had a rare condition called diprosopus, or craniofacial duplication, resulting in two faces on one head. He had two mouths, two noses, and three eyes. The central eye was non-functional and didn't blink. Despite the duplication, Frank and Louie had one brain and one esophagus, with only one functional mouth, which allowed them to eat and breathe normally. Janus cats, named after the Roman god with two faces, typically don't survive more than a few days. However, thanks to the dedicated care of veterinary nurse Martha "Marty" Stevens, who tube-fed him for 3 months, Frank and Louie thrived and lived for 15 years, earning a Guinness World Record as the longest surviving Janus cat. His unique condition was caused by a malfunction in the sonic hedgehog protein, which plays a crucial role in facial development during embryonic growth. Frank and Louie's remarkable lives not only challenged scientific expectations, but also showcased the profound impact of compassion and dedicated care. We hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more amazing stories.